Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 9th. This week, you start off with this darkness looms on the horizon. You also have this griffin. It says honor and luck come to you. Or honor and good luck is what I meant to say. Interesting. We'll have to see how this goes. I think you need to get out of your head, as always. This darkness looms on the horizon card can just say that you're like worried about things that are not going to happen. And, the Nine of Swords can say the same thing. I'm pretty sure in the last reading I did for you that you had a very similar message to this. So you might be thinking that something is going to be worse than it is, or you might be thinking that, something is not going to go in your favor, but it actually is. So I would be careful of like getting ahead of your thoughts, right? Or, getting ahead of a situation that might not happen. And again, I would, obviously think more positively, of course, but you start off with the Emperor, the Nine of Swords, and the Six of Cups. So the Emperor is a card of taking the lead and really making things in your life happen. And so I feel a lot of you could be just taking the lead and making things happen exactly like I just said. You go from the Emperor down to the, let's see if we can fix that. You go from the Emperor down to the Judgment card to the Ace of Pentacles in your first diagonal. So this looks to me like you are, awakening to some sort of big opportunity that is in front of you, or you could just be feeling more motivated this week. It's a pretty good week, I think, for motivation and just, feeling motivated in general. So, again, I would take, what I'm trying to say here is I would take advantage of the motivation. I would channel it into a project or something, self-improvement, whatever it is. So if you're feeling more motivated, I would take advantage of that energy. You have the Nine of Swords next. Again, you have that darkness. These are the only two challenging cards that you have here so far, is the Nine of Swords and that darkness looms on the horizon card. And I kind of feel like this is saying, like, don't, like I just said, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of the energy. Don't think that things are going to go terribly wrong in some area of your life. It's like things are going well, but I think you're, this could be more of like a mindset issue, or again, there could be things happening in the world. Pluto literally just hit 29 degrees in Capricorn. A little bit of a sketchy energy for me, right? As far as I'm concerned, I think there could be some sketchy stuff, going on in the world at this time. And again, Pluto will be at 29 degrees for a pretty good amount of time because, Pluto moves very, very slowly. So, it's going to be there for a little while. And I think during this time, who knows? Buckle up is what I will say, Pisces. But, what I would also say is like, don't get sucked into the worry too much, right? And I'm pretty sure that the last reading I did for you pretty much said the same thing. Like, don't get sucked into, worrying about things that you can't control, or especially worrying about things that probably aren't going to happen. That's what worry and fear is. It's worrying about things that haven't happened yet. So don't worry, right? And don't put that fear out there. You have the Six of Cups. Interesting that you go Six of Cups, Judgment to the Seven of Cups here. The Six of Cups can be innocence and nostalgia, and I do think that you are thinking about the past. You have the Judgment card, same thing. Judgment can be a rebirth. The Emperor has an Ankh in his hand right here, and the Ankh is a symbol of a rebirth as well. And then you go to the Seven of Cups. Kind of what's popping into my head is that there could be something from the past, not like a person. I'm talking about like an idea, something you worked on, or a part of your dream with the Seven of Cups that you are revisiting or rebirthing, right? So I think that for some of you, this way here is saying that you are getting an opportunity to do something that you've like tried to do in the past or have thought about doing in the past. It could be anything. It could, it could be moving. It could be a business idea. It looks like an opportunity to me, and I feel like saying this time you're going to be successful. We go Ace of Pentacles to the world. Sometimes with the Nine of Swords and the Six of Cups, those two together could say that you are basing your current situation too much off of, things that happened to you in the past. So if you have something new, Ace of Pentacles, that's entering into your life, just realize it's not going to be like the past, right? With the Emperor, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I think Pisces needs to take control of their money or take control of their finances in different ways. So anything you can do to improve your financial habits and take control with the Emperor would be a really good idea at this time. I think that Pisces kind of like karma around money, or, Pisces is clearing up karma about money, like believing that you're not worth it, believing that you can't have it, believing that you can't hold on to it, whatever the case may be. So, I think anything, I would just like, I think it's very simple. You could just pick like one new money habit to work on this week and just work on it. Could be like getting over a money block, or starting to believe in yourself more, whatever it is. There's a million things you can do on YouTube, right? There are plenty of people who teach like overcoming money blocks and things like that. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords. No jumping to conclusions. Knight of Swords is my card of people saying the sky is falling when it isn't, right? So, there's that book, what is it, Chicken Little or whatever, about the sky falling. And the Knight of Swords is my card of the sky falling, like thinking that the sky is falling when it isn't. So again, no jumping to conclusions. Knight of Swords always reminds me of an energy where it's like people could be rushing into your life, being like, oh my God, you have to worry about this, you have to worry about that. But they don't really know what they're talking about. So I would be very careful. Knight of Swords is that type of energy as well, where you get really excited all of a sudden because someone says like, oh my God, everybody at work is going to get fired, or, whatever this person is saying, but it's not true. So sometimes when we get into that heightened emotional state where we're worried about something, we're not thinking very clearly. So if you get super excited about something, I would try to ground that energy and say like, hold on a minute, this, hold your horses, right? He's forcing this horse to rush. This might not be true. And so you might have one of those moments where you get like worried about something, overly excited. And if you could just tell yourself, might not be true, and let's look at this from a grounded perspective, I feel it'll solve the problem. With the Six of Cups, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, more about your worthiness, I would say. I think a lot of you are definitely kind of like working on your worth, especially in regards to other people, especially with Pluto going back, for some of you, it's going back into your 11th house. And I feel, it's at 29 degrees. So I feel for a lot of you, there's a lot going on about self-worth and, kind of needing to work on your self-worth. I think that would be an amazing thing for you to work on this week, is like your self-worth, and, do anything you can to focus on your strengths. The solution of the Five of Pentacles is to not focus on your weaknesses. It is to double down on the things that you're good at. And that's exactly what I would do there. Next and you can't make this up right here, next in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this card that says reframe. I literally feel you should reframe any thoughts that you're having this week to the positive, because things actually are positive. Things are looking up. You have this empathy card as well. So I think that reframe card is probably your most important card here, just based off the energy I'm getting off of that first row. We can reframe anything to the positive. So I think that card is saying make sure that anything that happens, that you're looking at the other perspective. The empathy card, I kind of feel like some of you could actually be attracting a person who has empathy. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Knight of Cups, Judgment, and the Seven of Wands. So if you are looking for love, I do feel, this could be like a knight in shining armor that's coming in for you, and it could be a person who has empathy or who is very empathetic. And I kind of feel like that's something that could be standing out to you. I do also feel this energy of like needing to get started, which I always get for you, Pisces. But I think that there could be an opportunity here for you to kind of, relaunch yourself, especially going Emperor, Judgment, Ace of Pentacles. That would be like relaunching yourself, or, kind of putting yourself out there. And the Knight of Cups is standing in the desert, but he has this water flowing in front of him, and he needs to plant seeds in that water, and they will grow. So I think it's time for you to kind of, put something out into the world, or for you to start planting seeds towards a dream. The Knight of Cups is the dreamer. He is normally kind of like dreaming of his future life or something that he wants in the future. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to kind of like, especially with the Seven of Cups, to like work on a dream or manifesting a dream. You have the Judgment card here. Really wouldn't be surprised to see the Tower come up in this reading. To me, Judgment in the Tower is a major revelation or a major wake-up call, and we are definitely, 29 degrees Capricorn, Pluto, is definitely a major wake-up call. It is the truth. So, on a personal level, this energy could be exposing the truth to us exposing the truth to ourselves and what we want to manifest or create in the world. And so again, some of you could be kind of like having a little bit of a wake-up call this week. I don't think it's a bad wake-up call either. You could just be having empathy, and also you have that empathy card, right? When we are doing something in life that we don't want to be doing, then we are not having empathy for ourselves, right? But when we do things that we do want to do, then we are having empathy for ourselves. So I kind of feel, all this is connected, and the Judgment card is saying you're waking up to maybe that inner voice that's telling you that you want to make a change, in like work or business, especially because we go, Seven of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles here. You also have the Seven of Wands. I feel like this is about drawing appropriate boundaries. I feel like some of you kind of like are realizing that you only have so much time. Like there's only so much that you can do. And I feel that this is about putting up the boundaries so that, here's what I really want to say. Okay, Pisces, buckle up, right? Is what I really want to say is that I think that a lot of you, moving forward, there could be a lot of energy that's pulling on you from other people. And I feel that this is about putting up boundaries against other people who are like trying to take your energy. It's like you only have so much. And I feel the Seven of Wands is talking about protecting your vibe, protecting your energy. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Magician. There you go. So you can manifest whatever you want. I think you could be manifesting things, very quickly at this time as well. The Magician is also a symbol of reinvention. So a lot of you could be kind of, it does seem to me like you are reinventing yourselves in some way, like you are presenting yourself differently, or, again, with all this like waking up stuff, you could be waking up to a new purpose or discovering new purpose. And when you start doing something new, you are reinventing yourself. So that makes sense. With the Judgment card, you have the Two of Cups. I would be careful of a past person, Knight of Swords, Nine of Swords, this right here, Two of Cups, right? And so I would be careful, but I also do feel that you could be attracting like a new person here. And so some of you, this is a new person. Two of Cups is meant to represent someone who is different than your usual type, so it could be a very different type of person. Like I said, after the 4th of September, it's a really good time for, so depending on, this video will be published on the 3rd, so basically, if you're watching on the 3rd tomorrow, after tomorrow is a really good time for you, so, it could be a really good time for you to find love, or to, communicate with a person. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. Yeah, I feel like all these fives are such a minor energy. I always say fives have the easiest solutions in the tarot, and the solution to the Five of Swords is to kind of like look back at the things that you have overcome and to, realize that you can pretty much conquer anything. Five of Swords is also about taking a risk. But Five of Swords, kind of the feeling I get here with that Seven of Wands is, like I was saying with the Seven of Wands, is like you could be closing people out. People could be feeling rejected, from your energy. But at the same time, I really feel it's time for Pisces to take care of themselves right now. And that doesn't mean you have to be like a jerk or anything like that to anyone. It doesn't mean you can't help people. It just means you should be helping the right people. But more than that, I think Pisces should be, helping themselves. And I feel like that's what this is kind of talking about just in general. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this dolphin spirit. It says, stop taking life so seriously and splash some joy in everyday life. Darkness looms on the horizon. Nine of Swords. I even feel very serious today. So, again, I think more playfulness, more fun, not taking things too seriously is, coming up 19 times here. You have this future card. It says, you have perfect clarity in a situation. Trust your inner knowingness. I think trusting yourself is really the trick here, Pisces. I think that you have a vision, like a future vision, for your life. And again, this could be like, especially right here, right? We have the Magician, Knight of Cups pointing towards the Seven of Cups, which is your dream. And so the Seven of Cups, there are good things and bad things in these cups. I always say that the guy on the Seven of Cups could be hesitating because he is seeing the good things and bad things. He's imagining his dream, but he's thinking, good things could happen, but also look at all these bad things that could happen if I go after my dream or whatever you're trying to go after here. But really, the thing with the Seven of Cups is he doesn't know what the outcome is going to be until he does it. I actually feel like you do see your future very clearly, but you just need to take the steps to make it happen. And the Seven of Cups is definitely saying that to me, to you, in this reading. You also have the Queen of Pentacles. Like, the Queen of Pentacles basically says there's nothing more that you need. She's the card of resourcefulness. So even if you're thinking like you don't have time, or even if you're thinking like you don't have the money to launch that business or to do that, to start that relationship or do whatever you do, Queen of Pentacles is resourceful no matter what she has, so she is able to make things work no matter what. Even if she doesn't have the money, she'll find some other resource to make things happen. And so I feel it would be an amazing time for you to be resourceful and to realize that you do have the resources necessary to be successful. You do have everything that you need to make things happen. Next, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is like a solid opportunity that's being presented to you. I do feel there's a big opportunity probably coming in for you at this time. For a lot of you, I feel it's like an idea opportunity, as in you've probably had this idea before, whatever the Ace of Pentacles is. So if you have any old ideas or things that you're revisiting, these could be very profitable for you, very abundant. The thing with the Ace of Pentacles is we have to take care of it, right? We really have to nurture an Ace of Pentacles opportunity into existence. So, again, if you're working on something new, even if it's an old idea, but maybe you're just upgrading it, reinventing it, or you could just be reinventing yourself. You could still be doing the same things you're doing right now, but you could be presenting them, the activities, the projects you work on, all that other stuff. You could just be presenting it in a different way. And this is like, this reading is funny because it's kind of like saying to me, guaranteed success if you can get over yourself, right? And trust me, I need to hear this message too, right? So I think that for a lot of you, it's just saying that if you can get out of your own way, then you will be successful. And that's what I would do. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Star, again, your dream. The Star is like having a North Star, having that big goal, wish, or dream that you really want to accomplish. The Star reminds us that, with this water, she's pouring this water from the pool of universal consciousness onto the land, and it's going out to the world. So it basically says what's possible for one person is possible for you. And, again, I think believing in yourself this week is going to be very important. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Four of Pentacles. It's like I feel like some of you have something that is not doing as well as it was, especially in work or business. And I feel that the Four of Pentacles is saying like what you're holding on to is actually a limiting situation. I always say that the Four of Pentacles always reminds me of that meme. There's like a meme, right? With like a little girl, she's holding on to like a tiny little teddy bear, and like God or Jesus or whatever is standing in front of her. And he has like a gigantic teddy bear behind her back. And it says something, I don't know what it says, so I'm probably wasting my breath here. But it basically says that, what you're holding on to, by holding on to something you think you want, you're not receiving something that you actually need or something like that. I don't know. Someone will know what I'm talking about. But the Four of Pentacles, it's like sometimes we're holding on to like a job, a business that really isn't providing for us. And it's like if we would just release it, we would make all this space, all this room for something so much better. And I feel like the Four of Pentacles is, pretty much saying that. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords, every single seven, right? You have three right here. Or no, you have two. Sorry, I can't count. But you have this Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. So that's pretty interesting. The Seven of Swords is like lying, cheating, stealing. I would be careful of a past person. But I also look at the Seven of Swords as being tactical. I think I did an interview the other day, and I was saying that this is the, I've done two interviews actually, where both people have asked me, what's the most common message you get right now? And I always say Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is the card of the times right now. He is doing something in a different way. He's going to war by not going to war. He is going to war by stealing those swords from the army in the background. So it basically says that you can do whatever you want right now. It's not necessarily going to be easy. You're going to have to take your time. Like, he has to be delicate with what he is doing. He's carrying those swords by their tips. So he has to do things, he has to be kind of slow, methodical. He has to take his time, and he needs to not rush Knight of Swords, right? And he needs to make sure that he doesn't get injured, but he also is doing something tactically. So it's basically saying that, whatever new thing you're about to do, it's like, yes, maybe you have to take your time. You have to, do all this other stuff, but you will be successful. Seven of Swords also says don't take things too seriously. Polka dots on his cloak, polka dots on the tarot represent don't take things too seriously. And the dolphin spirit says stop taking life so seriously, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Law of Attraction card. Magician is pointing to the Seven of Cups and the Star, so definitely Law of Attraction stuff this week would be great. You have this Communicate card as well. I think you need to talk to yourself. I'm a Pisces and I talk to myself all day long. So I don't know. I'm sure you're all pretty much the same. But what I would say here is I think talking to yourself positively will help you attract things in the best way possible. You have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment, but and this reading definitely, there is a lot of good stuff about things that you're wishing for. I just think, like I said, that you need to get out of your own way. The Nine of Cups is probably one of the easier cards to manifest with because all we have to do is match the energy of what we want with the Nine of Cups and we'll get it. I always say adopting the habits of success is probably the best thing you can do with the Nine of Cups. So, look at where you want to be successful, love, money, business, whatever. And really do the habits, the things that successful people who have the things you want do, right? And so if you do that, you will be successful. You have the Queen of Cups. I kind of just getting like healing on this card. A lot of you could be healing or going through healing. You could be revisiting some things that cause you to heal. Again, with the Nine of Cups, you could be doing more things that kind of fill you up, right? Like your hobbies, things that you enjoy doing, things that you find fun. All that stuff would be a good idea with the Queen of Cups. And you have the World. So the World is an accomplishment or completion. It seems to me like you're completing a negative cycle in your life. Nine of Swords, nine and the Knight of Swords together. It's like you're bringing some sort of cycle to a close, and that would be very good. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. Just try it, right? Six of Pentacles is about planting seeds. It's about like taking that first step to really make something happen. And that's exactly what I would do here is like just take the first step. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Ace of Swords. I literally said your truth earlier. The Ace of Swords is your truth. The Queen of Cups is your heart, right? She really listens to what her heart is telling her to do. So I think that you living from your inner truth is going to be very important. And, this could include, putting up boundaries with people, like I said, with that Seven of Wands. I just get the feeling that some of you, it's like, could have a lot of people who want your energy right now, but you only have so much to give, right? And I feel that protecting your energy and living your truth is going to be most important with that Ace of Swords. With the World card, what do you know? You have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. You can have everything you want and desire if you get out of your head. And even we go this way, if you want love, this is very positive because the Ten of Pentacles really is like the best love card in the deck. It is kind of like, everything you want and desire in your life. And so I feel for a lot of you that, it's saying that you could be attracting something very significant into your life. I also feel like you have the ability to, create Ten of Pentacles. You have this owl. It says, good advice from a wise person. I think that if you have like any mentors, any people you look up to, you don't even have to know these people. It's like there are videos from famous people online everywhere, and learning from those people could be very helpful. You have this Quill card. It says, get back to basics. Yes, I think also, like when we're worried about stuff, just doing the simple stuff is the answer, right? Getting back to basics, keeping it simple. If you get overcomplicated, you're going to put yourself in that anxious energy, right? I think, when I'm the king of overcomplication, right? But it's like none of my complicated ideas ever work. And you've seen a million of them that I've tried on this channel. But it's like always the simple, bare bones stuff that works, right? And so I think keeping things simple will keep you out of that anxiety energy. You have this Spear. It says heartache over what you no longer have. Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to something. You're holding on to the tiny little teddy bear when you could have a big giant one if you would release it. And this could be anything. It could be a person, place, or a thing. But I think opening up is going to really help you the most. You have this Wealth card, amazing. So clearly you have the opportunity to create a lot of wealth at this time. And that's what I would definitely be focusing on that. It doesn't have to just be money. It could be, any energy that you are hoping to create a wealth of. So I would focus on that. And you have this Lily card. It says spiritual love. Yeah, definitely. If you want love, it's here. Like I said, after the 4th, even though this reading's for the week of the 9th, I always put them out early. So if you're watching this early, it's a great time to get out there, communicate, meet new people, put yourself out there, all that other good stuff. And so you could be attracting a very solid connection. But yeah, pretty good reading, Pisces, if you get out of your head, right? So that's what I would do if I were you. And have fun. Like, do something fun for yourself, especially the Dolphin, the Seven of Pentacles. I would go in the Nine of Cups. I would do things to nurture yourself. Star as well, right? She's about to step into that pool, the pool of universal consciousness, but she's also nurturing herself by doing that. So, I think all those things would be amazing. But thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.